Okay, so I just had a question from someone. They asked me if it was worth it to uninstall Windows and install Linux on their laptop, and asked me if I should install Kali if they want to be a pen tester. So, first of all, yes, it is worth it to install Linux instead of Windows. What I would suggest, though, is, if at all possible, figure out how if you have like a Windows installer, since you're a beginner, I would do what we used to call dual booting. So you basically remove Windows, you partition your hard drive in two different spaces, half and half, okay? On one half, you put Windows, and you install Windows first, set it up on one partition, and then on the second partition, you install a flavor of Linux. When I say flavor, I say a version of Linux. Do not install Kali Linux, okay? I'll get to that in a second. So, having both of them on there, first of all, you install Linux second because Linux has a bootloader on it that will allow you to flip between the Windows and the Linux operating systems. When you start the computer, it'll give you a menu that it will say, choose Windows or choose Linux. And that way, while you're learning, when you have to, you can boot up to Windows and then you can boot up to Linux whenever you want to switch. Okay? So, now, Kali, to everyone who's learning, no matter how bad you want to be a pen tester, don't install Kali, okay? Kali is a great idea, don't get me wrong. It's like having a soldier with all his weapons handed to you, okay? But the problem with that is part of this learning process is learning how to install software on Linux computers. It's not the same as Windows. Just simply running an installer like you do on Windows installs everything on Windows. You don't do that on Linux. It's much more difficult to install software and configure it to where it works correctly on a Linux box. So having all those prepackaged tools, though it's very convenient, it doesn't help you with learning. So my advice is to install either Ubuntu or Fedora, and Fedora is what I use, by the way, and then get a list of all the packages and installation software that is run on Kali, what you want to use, and start learning how to install each one of those and configure them properly. There's documentation out on the internet everywhere about how to install and configure it. All you have to do is look. Just go out there and Google, how to install Metasploit on Fedora or Ubuntu or whatever, right? You need to make it your own. And trust me when I say, when you build a Linux operating system and configure it the way you want it, you're going to really appreciate it more. It'll be worth the work, okay?